The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! Covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
If you didn't know, now you know. Welcome to Roll Call Friday, boys and girls. It is the Bostonian versus the book.
Call Friday.
Dave Sharapan, Matt
yelling
Perrault.
that.
The chat is rolling today. Early on a Friday. Love to see it, guys. I appreciate it. The videos, the Discord channel videos, I gotta say, bravo, boys.
Tip of the hat, boys. Tip of the hat to all of you. Tell them where
guys,
they can find it, Perrault. Tell them at the beginning of the show. We'll tell them at the middle of the show. We'll tell them at the end of the show. Where do you get
show,
into Discord?
bbbshow.com/chat, gets you into the Discord channel. I think it's just BB. If you just type in bbbshow.com, I think it takes you right to the Discord channel. I think slash chat is needed sometimes, or it was. I don't know if it's needed anymore, but I was doing it yesterday. It was taking me right to the Discord channel. So I don't know if it was my computer, but bbbshow.com/chat gets you into the Discord channel. Come on part, be around it, be here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to YouTube, Twitter. How are you? Sports Grid, what is going on? Great to see you guys on a Friday where we have a lot to get to. Emerson, Lazio, DraftKings coming on here in about 23 minutes.
23 minutes.
We'll get him on the show.
He'll be here. He immediately responded upon the request and said, I can't wait. And I said, after your Super Bowl appearance, the brigade loves you. The chat loves you. We got to have you, even if we're going to talk about the B's and the C's and all that other stuff.
That would be a green check mark. Check.
Green check.
Took a little while. It wasn't easy.
A hell of a sweat.
That was a tough one last night. That wasn't an easy run for us to get there. We'll get to that here in just 1 second. But as you guys know, on a Roll Call Friday, you see what's rolling here. Samsonov's in net. Addison, that's a good thing for the bet. We like that. We'll keep rolling with Toronto. That's good. I like him in net tonight for the Avalanche. But B's and C's parlay hitting again. I'm wearing the Brockton shirt today. I'm wearing I don't know how someone called this a Pittsburgh Steelers hat. It kind of is.
Yeah.
But
the gold.
It's a little Steelers. It's a little Bruins. It's a little black and gold. It's kind of the similar thing. So I kind of wore the deal.
It's the Yinzer Beantown model. We're gonna debut a couple different models of BVB hats today throughout the show, boys. If you need a bet that you like during the show, there's nothing going on in game, but bet over on hat changes.
Well, I'm going to I'm going to Lids. By the way, this is not even like a paid thing. I'm just going to tell you this.
What?
There are 2 brigade members who are coming to Vegas this weekend. I don't know where I'm going to be yet. I'm going to try to find my way to you if I can. I promise. Yep. Vinny Kotowinski is coming in. So he's going to pick
Vinny up at the airport. When's he coming?
He's coming tonight, I believe. So him and his wife are coming in tonight. So I'm going to try.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get to see him at some point and maybe even meet him at Lids, because he asked, can I go to Lids and make a BVB hat? I said, yes. So he come on in.
Text me, Vinny. I'll meet you there. We'll get the kid to do it right on the spot.
Yeah. So I'm coming in. I'm going to be making some cool models. I've got some ideas as to what I want to be doing. I need to get a Celtics model made. I need to get some other models made. So I'm going to have a couple of these made myself.
Model made. I'm not telling you.
What?
I already got the Celtics model made. I'm not telling you.
Why are you not telling me? We talked about it yesterday.
I know. It's enough Boston stuff. I'm walking around town yesterday in the Celtics stuff. People were stopping me. You from Boston? No. Oh. I mean, it's enough. Please.
It's a compliment. Come on. Say thank you. Wow. It's an honor. It's a gift to be from New England.
Yeah, it is.
You know? Right now, it's a gift parlay because
Dewey last night on the Twitter talking about it's been so long since you won a title. Oh,
we got kids graduating 4-year schools who don't know what it's like to win a championship. This is a disaster. This is really hard. Do you know it's been 10 months since a Boston team played for a championship? This is a travesty. It's been 10 months.
Unbelievable. The show's called Bostonian versus the book. Universe is working in mysterious
So,
ways.
like, here's a question: the Bruins and the Celtics both right now are combining for 77 wins in February, combined for the year. Is that any good? Is that good?
both with the best record in their respective leagues.
I don't know. 44, 8-5 is pretty fucking good, is it not?
I clicked the standings last night. I was like, 8 losses. It's all they have is 8 losses. Like, this can't be. Go.
I mean, it is crazy when you stop and think about the Boston Bruins 44, 8-5. The Boston Celtics are 43-17. That is a 71% and 81% plus winning percentage.
We're 3/4 of the way through the season.
I need someone to pull this, okay? SoCal DGen, I need you. If you're in the chat, I need you to go and pull how many times this year the B's and C's parlay has hit this season.
It's a lot.
It's got to be at least 20 times.
On the same day that they played, they both won. I mean, it's more than it lost, right? A 2-game parlay with those two. The fact that they play on the same day, if it's 20 times, it got to be 15-5.
It has to be. It's probably higher than that. I mean, the
I mean,
Bruins.
they don't play a lot. How many times could they? They both played 60 games. Do you think they played together on the same day 20 times?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the Bruins have won the game in regulation every one except 13 times, and the Celtics have won every game except 17. So there's 30 games played where they haven't both won. You have to think that they've both played at least 20, 25 times on the same day.
I mean,
they play 3 times a week
they
minimum.
Can't play both at home.
Right, but one's on the road and one's at home.
Right. So, I mean, it's probably not as many as you think. That's what I mean. It's not 45 times.
Saturday Sixers, Bruins Canucks on Saturday.
We got a lot of stuff going on the weekend with the Boston stuff. We're going to get to that. It's all ready.
I love that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hop back on it. And the books are still giving plus money. Plus 105, plus 110.
Plus money. The books are still giving plus money.
I love it.
That's great.
You're getting plus on it. It's beautiful. Keep on giving the opportunity. I swear it's going to be. I'm going to say it's 20 times. I'm going to say it's 24.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's my call.
24 times 24.
Yeah.
Let's just run a real quick. What we do on Roll Call Friday is the boys in the chat, the girls in the chat, they interact with each other every day. This community is growing. We have a Discord channel. Again, it's bvbshow.com/chat.
There you go.
People have been talking. People have been getting together. We're planning, apparently, Tyler BetSmart US is starting to plan a get-together already without even our knowledge. Vinny Konowinski's coming for Vegas. He said we're putting together a Vegas get-together. Right. So, listen, we get the boys and girls together all together. We do a show. We're just going to hang out. It's going to be epic. In the meantime, every Friday we gather here on the show live at around 10:30-ish Pacific, 1:30-ish Eastern, Central, that's 12:30, and Mountain, that's 11:30 right now until they don't change the clocks. Anyhow, there it is right there. It's flowing on your screen, and the boys and girls like to hear their names. I love to say them. So we got Brandon Walton, Daniel Garcia, Danny Elliott, Clown MB3, Eric Presario, Francisco Ochoa, who got his BVB lid. We got him in the askthebvb@gmail.com as well, where you can go and email us the videos. We got Ventura 226, Auntie with 8 E's.
Hold on. Just to ID Auntie. $250 yesterday to Madeline's fundraiser.
Boom! You better get that damn umbrella hat. That's the guy that wants you to wear the umbrella hat. He's in Missouri today. Sends me a picture of him at the Come and Go getting gas.
No way.
A picture. I swear to God, he's in Missouri. He pulls up. He said, "I can't believe it. I'm at a Come and Go." Yes, Come and Go in the Midwest, a big thing. Roger Long down in Florida, senior member of the brigade. Thank you, sir. DJ Hooks. We got Gio DeWap. I love Gio. JC from KC. PB, also senior member. Addison. Ryan Claus. Kevin Whitrock, always here, always rocking it for us. Chef Benny, as always. He's like the senior sergeant, lieutenant, I don't know, whatever. He has a title. Sonic, our fact checker, Arizona guy.
What does this mean? Danny said, Matt, we're planning to do a Maddie Monday, taking all the proceeds to her school fund.
What the
hell's
going on right now?
I don't know. I mean, she's already, I'm not kidding. I'll talk about my favorite thing about today, but she's doubling up the next closest kid on her school for the fundraiser.
Yeah, it's like the Bruins. It's ridiculous. It's really a good year for the Bostonians. The little Bostonian, the big
little
Bostonian
is doubling up. She's dunking on her school at the moment for what you guys have done. It's unbelievable.
Excellent work. Akbar, my guys, tweeting last night he couldn't go to sleep back east because he was watching the Bees hold on and win that game. Chris Otto, also known as PSU Otto, also known as the first period and the second period hockey guy, all this other stuff. He was on the show on Tuesday. If you missed it, go back and see it on the YouTube channel. What's the YouTube channel, Perrault?
YouTube.com/@Boston versus the book.
At Boston versus the book. That's for Brother Dan because he can't find it because he didn't know the at was in there. So they keep ending up back at the old place. Yeah, the old props place.
Like when your car is programmed to go to your old house where you've moved, and so you hit the navigation, and you go back to the old house. You got to put the new address in.
New house, old house. What are you doing after we do the show? You have an old house and a new house. What are you talking about? Who has an old house and a new house?
You never moved. It had in your phone or in your car where the navigation goes to the old house. Never.
No, never.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. Nate asks Bonvi, our horse guy, Maiden Focus. Follow him on Twitter. He's got horse plays. That's it. Connor Winsky coming in. Austin. Who's that say? Austin Macac. This is great. J. Dow Betts and Mrs. J. Dow Betts. Thank you, sir. Mikey, awesome. Unbelievable clips from him and Rainmaker 512 putting out videos that started this whole video thing going on in the Discord.
Cool.
Boys and girls, we're doing great. Keep going. Back to you, sir. Take it away.
Okay. So we'll head back to the Roll Call Friday a little bit later on. Yep. Keep on posting. All right. So the Bruins, not only are they the best team in hockey, they just got better last night.
Yeah.
They just traded for another top 4 defenseman to come in.
Great.
And
the one thing they may have been a little bit weak on.
Correct. So now they got a physical, and what's crazy is that the Wild are paying half the kid's salary. So Dmitry Orlov, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Garnet Hathaway. I don't know much about Hathaway, but Orlov I know has been a dude who's been a thorn in the side of the Bruins.
Right.
And now to have him on the blue line for Boston, it's a depth move, but it just goes to show you where this team is going to be. I mean, they've got their sights set on the cup. I'm going this weekend. I'm buying Bruins futures. I haven't done it yet. I'm in Bruins futures, Celtics futures, Bruins exactas. As soon as, hey, Vegas, do me a favor. You want to put that up, please? You're watching the show. Can somebody please give us an exacta for the cup?
We had Benson on last week, and I told him to directly ask Jeff Davis, the hockey guy and the golf guy, at Circa.
Please.
They didn't get back to me because last week's handle on the golf had them pretty. They were very busy because Tiger was playing.
Yeah.
Tiger ain't playing this week, Junkyard. Get your shit together and let's get this up in Vegas because you'll get all the action because no one else has it up.
Yes.
So
we're eyeballing. We're staring. We're watching.
First up gets the most business. So that's
give me Boston, Dallas, please. I want that exacta.
Boston, Dallas. Okay.
I can't see Edmonton. I just can't see it.
Boy,
people are talking about Edmonton. I just can't
I don't
see
really
it.
want to see Edmonton after last night. Did you see what they did to the Penguins? I mean, 7-1.
Well, the Penguins are
the
dead.
went over.
The Penguins are dead.
That's not in the fucking rundown. What are you
Doesn't
talking?
matter. The
What is
Penguins
that?
are dead.
That's a shot right at the boom.
It may be a shot, but it's also the truth. The Penguins are dead. They have no desire to play hockey anymore the rest of the year. They would like to go
Not
play
as
somewhere else.
constructed. There might have to be a complete shakeup right now. Ain't nobody listening to nobody. Ain't nobody stopping no pucks. They're not even getting in front of shots.
That was
a
bad.
game last night.
Bad last night. That was just, screw it. All right, we lost. It was a goal. Like my flash score app kept on popping. I'm like, what the hell is going on with the Edmonton and the Pittsburgh game? 5-1, 6-1, 6-2, 7-2. Like,
I
really?
thought it was going to end 6-1 and end right on the number. It did not. It went over, but it was really. I watched a lot of it. There was no sense of urgency, and then I saw a little bit of the post game. One of the beauties now of having all the games on is you can stay with the post game and get some
Right.
stuff, really good information. You know,
Right.
whereas if you're in a book or you're watching it on a different service, like as soon as the game ends, boom, it's gone.
They drop it, right?
So you get to actually see, and the frustration level with the coach, he was asked a couple very pointed questions, and at one point he said, "This is our roster. This is what we're working with," and it was like, "Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay." This may not be the roster by the trade deadline next week. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
We'll see.
someone's gonna be asking for
Yeah.
some trades. You know, it's wild because I'm watching YouTube TV and ESPN, the app now on my television. I don't have DirecTV anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm finding myself, I don't know, it's really neat. I mean, if you have ESPN Plus and you can watch all these different hockey games, and then you have YouTube TV and you can watch all these different college basketball games, it's neat. I mean, I'm watching more different games than I have watched in the past on my TV because I'm going through all these things where if I was on DirecTV, I wouldn't necessarily go onto my apps. So I'm staring at games, watching games differently, watching college basketball games that I wouldn't normally watch. And
There's a lot of college basketball games on that app, is there not?
there's
That's why
so
when
many.
you told me last night, you're like, "Oh, I don't know. I look at the college board." I'm like, "There's games on. You can watch a bunch
College
of
board
games."
sucks. Nope, college board sucks tonight.
Today?
You're not going to convince me that betting on college basketball today will be a fun experience. No. Don't tell me about Bellarmine and Bellamere or whatever the hell it is.
What's the
Whatever.
points?
Great. Enjoy that. All you. I'm out. I'd rather watch hockey than watch that. I have no interest. So I've been running stupidly hot, unnaturally hot over the last. I had my first losing day in 11 days yesterday, and I didn't even lose personally. I lost on the Daily Juice. I lost, but I got the B's and C's parlay, Bruins in regulation. I hit everything late that made up. I actually won money yesterday.
Yep.
But the wild 19-2 run, I lose the first period under
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, we'll see where the game. It ended 2-0. How the hell did that happen? Like, what?
Usually
that's just bad
goal
luck.
Scored. Yeah, that's just
that's
a good under bet for the game, right?
It is.
Finished
Wild
2-0.
tonight, under 2.
Multiple in-game bets. You get
Yep.
under 5.5, under 4.5. Even you can go under 3.5 at that point, and you think it's going to finish 2-1, and it doesn't. So what that does actually, and a good lesson for you guys watching the show, and again, if you are, hit the like button while you're here. We really appreciate it. You can go over when a game at 5.5 has 2 goals scored in the first period, which is not expected. The total goes up to 6.5, or even if they're quick enough, 7.5. You get a better number with a couple quick goals early, and the game plays out the way it should. There's a tip thing or whatever the result. Now you get a multiple opportunity bets during the game. That's what you can learn from the in-game for those games.
I would agree. All right, so we have Emerson Latzia from DraftKings coming in here in about 5 minutes.
It's going to come in hot too, guys. If you're not ready, you better get.
I just have to get this because I think this is really funny. This is Bleacher Report's gambling guy who did this, but this is awesome last night.
Okay.
Did you pay attention to the Buffalo Wild Wings parlay last night?
Yes.
You did?
I did. Yes. I got multiple texts. No. You're not the only guy that I talk to. You know that.
I know that, but I'm saying people actually, I didn't think you would pay attention to this. This is something that you would not find anything interesting.
I get the text directly from Meadowlands Rob. That's what I call him.
Oh,
his name's Rob Stern, but he's Meadowlands Rob in my phone. Softball coach back east. Me and him have hung out. We've taken pictures here together. We spent some time in New Jersey together. He sends me the thing, and he says, "You know, this Buffalo Wild Wings parlay is gonna hit." And I'm like, "Are you making this up?" And he's like, "Check your phone." So I opened it up, and I'm like, "Oh, this legit has a shot. Tell the people what this was."
Well, this actually was chickened out. This could have been better because
Did you say chickened out?
sorry, I didn't get the fun because this is plus 1.5 goals on Detroit. If you took Detroit money line, this would have paid out more than 7-1.
See, that's what he did. Meadowlands Rob did the money lines.
Beautiful. That's I said yesterday the Red Wings were live to win the game. So Buffalo Sabres win, Minnesota Wild win, Red Wings win. But the bet that this guy did from BR Betting, from Bleacher Report Betting, he did plus 1.5 goals for Detroit,
Right.
and he got it as plus 700. But they won the game outright, left money on the table.
Yeah, it happens. That's okay.
Buffalo Wild Wings parlay. This was by request from the Brigade, by the way. This was a post in the Brigade on the Discord channel last night and said, "Matt, can you and Dave talk about the Buffalo Wild Wings parlay?" I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, the Buffalo Wild Wings parlay. I go, "I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What are you talking about?" And they sent me this link and they said, "Here it is." And I went, "Holy crap, this hit." Wow.
Yeah. I got it yesterday ahead of time. And I had to banter back and forth with Meadowlands Rob. And he's like, "You're a hockey guy. Do you think it can hit?" And I looked at it and I'm like, "Yeah, I think it can hit." And we had just done the show.
Well, Buffalo, I think Buffalo was the one I was the most nervous about. And
that's what I told him. I said,
Yeah.
"Do the Buffalo." I said, "If you're going to do one on the plus a goal and a half, do Buffalo."
Yeah.
That was what I
Fair.
said. So that's a nice hit. I mean, that's just one of those things.
I don't know what it was without the plus 1.5. You did straight money line, had to be 10-1. If it was 7-1,
Let's see. B-Dub
With that.
sponsored the show. Cody Pierce. I like the way you think, Cody. I got to find out. I think the boost was like, what does it say? Daniel Garcia said it was 12-1.
yeah, I buy it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it should be 12-1.
JC from KC added the B's and C's parlay to it for over 20-1.
Hello. Hi.
B's
Now
and
that's a
C's
play.
with the Buffalo Wild Wings. Sounds
Love
like
it.
a perfect party for the BVB.
Seriously.
Oh my goodness.
I had lunch with Dave Matthews at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Really?
Used to be called BW3.
Yeah,
remember it was called
B-Dub. It was a
okay,
B-Dub.
BW3?
Yeah.
Officially, it was called BW3s. And it's a Virginia-based company in Buffalo Wild Wings in 2000. Yeah, 2000, 23 years ago. It was a small little company. They had like 3 locations in Virginia. And it was really popular in Charlottesville, and Dave Matthews would eat there. And I was having a business meeting, and the guy said, "You want to meet this artist?" And I was like, "Who?" His name is Dave Matthews. I was like, "Oh, okay." I kind of knew he had one album out. He lived in Charlottesville still. He was all still around. He was somebody, but he wasn't Dave Matthews.
Right.
And there was Dave Matthews eating wings. So we all sat down and had wings.
You get him spicy?
I don't remember. I came late. I came to the meeting, so we just like sat there for a little bit. He didn't say more than one word. Like he was just like in his food. Like he didn't want to talk to anybody.
Right.
But it was 23 years ago when that happened.
Man, oh
Buffalo
man.
Wild Wings now has become a very different. I never thought I'd see it as
Whoa.
being like the sports bar.
Emerson just
America.
popped into the chat. I don't know if
Uh-oh.
Emerson's ready for the chat and the show. There's a lot of shit going
Oh,
on. Emerson.
God.
Be ready.
right.
Make sure.
Avalanche Jets game of the night tonight. Who you taking?
Under.
Right. But who you taking?
Under.
Okay, it's 5.5. Yes. But who you taking?
Sidewise, what do you think? I think Jets, no?
Jets. Huh? I don't like
Jets.
the Avalanche. I'm an Avalanche guy. I'm out on the Avalanche.
You don't like snow? You don't like Avalanche? What's the problem here? What do you mean?
I just don't think that. I think they're overrated. I think that they're
Overrated?
yeah, like everyone's so like gaga about Colorado. I love McKinnon. I just don't think that they're as good as advertised as last year. They're so hurt. Now, when
Really?
healthy, maybe. When healthy, maybe, but I don't think they're a legitimate cup threat in the West.
Wow.
Mm.
I mean, they're the favorite. What are you talking about? You don't think they're a legitimate cup threat?
They shouldn't be the favorite. I've been saying this literally for the last 4 months. Colorado should not be the betting favorite to out of the West. No,
Wow. Okay.
I don't think they should be.
I don't know
personally.
about that. Goodness gracious.
I'm taking the Jets tonight.
Okay. That's fine. We'll
All right,
get
and
to
the-
some more hockey.
And then one more before we get to Emerson, who's eating. He's eating an apple. So
He's eating an apple.
Yeah,
Holy
he's eating. So we'll wait before we bring him on.
Oh
He's
yeah. I don't want him chewing in my ear.
He's
This
like
fucking guy's
legit
gonna be
in the
chewing
green.
my
He's
ear.
in the
Oh,
green room,
my.
like literally, like he's eating before he comes on the show. So it's like legitimately like we need to get
It's like
green room
powering
snacks.
up. He's powering up. When he comes in hot. He's powering up. I love it.
Wild that the Leafs are laying $2 tonight with a total of 6. Wild on a back-to-back.
This is the back-to-back excessive price, right?
I guess so. This should be 5.5. I don't know why this is 6.
The Leafs score. What do you mean you don't
Okay.
know why this is 6? You think it should be 5.5?
Yeah, I do.
So you like under?
Yeah, Leafs are 18, 13, and 1 to the under at home.
Leafs are 18, 13, and 1 to the under at home. The game is at home in Toronto. Wow, it's going up. It's minus 210, 225 at Caesars, 220
I buy
at
that.
win.
Because they're
What?
fading the team on the back-to-back.
Right.
I mean, I get the play to take the Leafs, but
Juice over minus 120 to the 6.
because Toronto. People just see Toronto. They think they can score, and they're like, okay, back-to-back. I disagree.
Okay.
I think this game goes under.
I like under. No,
First matchup was way over. First matchup flew over.
that's the other thing, too. When these cross-conference matchups happen only twice a year,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the betting comes from the result of the first one because there's only.
I guess,
this is
sorry,
it.
it's 4. It didn't fly over. It's 4-3. I thought it was
4-3,
5-2, but
yeah.
I thought it was 5-3. It's 4-3.
Okay.
Went over.
Yeah.
Won by the Leafs at Minnesota.
Chat,
But that
before
was-
Emerson comes in, he asked a great question, you guys, if you missed it. Blue cheese or ranch with your wings? Which one do you prefer? Perrault, it's got to be ranch, right? Ranch is minus
I'm both.
280.
I'm on both. I can do either or. Normally, I just say whatever the table likes. If I'm by myself, depends upon the level of spice. But normally, I'm a ranch guy first. I don't mind blue cheese though. I'm not. Everybody hates on blue cheese.
It dominates the taste.
It does. It definitely is strong. I don't mind blue cheese hamburgers. I don't mind blue cheese on wings.
You like
Yeah,
the blue cheese crumbles?
Yeah, on steak, blue cheese on steak. I'm a fan of. I just don't.
Steak's
I'm
my
very
favorite.
particular. I think I don't really like. I like drums. Flats are okay, but I'm a drums guy.
Really?
So like, yeah. So like, if I can get just all drums, I'm all in on drums. Flats are a
Okay.
pain in the ass.
See,
Flat-
when we go
just annoying.
with the wife and kids, she orders all flats.
Yeah, they're annoying to
every
eat.
time. Yeah. I'm
just
not even
annoying to
allowed
eat.
to get drums. So me and you are gonna have to
Really?
go get wings. Yeah. They don't even get any. I just learned to eat the flats. I like the
It's just
drums.
annoying. You
too.
take it, you got to break them apart. I get the whole game plan, but it's just easier to I eat them faster with just drums.
Yeah,
Just go
it's
ahead and
complete
knock them out.
bullshit. Yeah, it's complete bullshit.
Ranch and drums. Matthew Smith, me and you can go get wings whenever you want. There's a place in Henderson who supposedly has the best wings in town, and every weekend I contemplate driving an hour to go get it. Contemplate it. It's a
Really?
40-year-old sports bar, Irish sports bar in Henderson that advertises as the best wings in town. I'm like, if you get the best wings, you're 40
Everybody
years.
says that shit, Perrault. Don't believe
They do,
it.
but this place actually gets reviewed as the best wings in town.
You know how those reviews work too.
They pay them. I know. I get
Drop
it.
a
But
bag.
I want to go try it just to see. It's sometimes I got extra time. I don't have the kid and I get to go drive. I got to go to Hendertucky, which I'm not really a fan of, but like,
No.
you know, I could deal with go over there.
You think Emerson would like Hendertucky? He seems like a city guy. I mean, he's a Jackson.
Yeah, he seems like a
but I
city
don't-
guy. He's got a really
Oh.
nice bar cart in his house that I saw today on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, his decor is very similar to my decor in my house. I like it. We
Wow.
wear simpaticos. I like it a lot.
Get
Don't
his
know the
ass in
liquors
here
on that.
already.
Don't know the liquors on the bar. That's a question. What's the liquor on the bar? That matters to me. Okay, it can't be a bunch of like
Oh,
Stoli and stuff. You got to get some good stuff going here, right? But
definitely not.
the bar
Stoli.
cart's nice. Bar cart's nice.
Gosh.
Go ahead, bring him in. He came in like a bat out of hell last
Look
time.
at this guy.
What?
Emerson Lazia. What is
What?
up?
Hold on, dude.
What, you're eating still.
I
You're
must
still eating.
fuel up.
Dogs. It's
Dogs.
a first. It's a
We
first. It's
got
not
the
my dog.
dog kisses right there. Look at this guy.
This is not safe for work.
But we all work from home, so it's great. This is like
Exactly.
so fun.
Bingo, motherfucker.
He
Wait a
gets
minute.
the show.
The second one's getting jealous. She would like some smooches
two dogs.
too.
Same
Oh,
breed?
yeah. Oh,
Same breed, dude. We're Springer Spaniel
Wow.
household. Come on now.
How about
Wow.
that?
Yeah, my wife, by the way, just texted me again. You need to go pick up a package on the stoop. I said, honey, I'm sorry. I got priorities. I'm hopping on the VVV, baby. I said, you can wait. She's like, it's expensive. I said, it can wait.
it's gonna happen.
Where do you guys live?
We live downtown Boston, man, the Back Bay.
You're the Back Bay. So you do have porch pirates. You got to be a little careful
hell yeah,
on that.
dude.
Yeah,
Shit,
you
people
do.
steal our shit all the time. People steal our fucking groceries. By the way,
What?
this apple,
Yes.
we didn't order this fucking apple. No, we did not. This was a wrong delivery that came to our apartment. Now we have 50 apples in our fridge, so I feel like I have to eat.
Are you
fucking
There
apples.
serious?
There you go.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable. My wife's trying to make like apple bake and all sorts of shit. And I said, slow down with the apples, man. It's like it's a lot of fiber and stuff. Like I've been very active over the past week.
Shocker.
Yeah, dude. And thank
Yeah,
you for the compliment on the bar cart. I'm gonna tell Meg you said that.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I put that fucking thing together like 7 years ago or something.
Ooh.
There's actually not a whole lot of liquor on it now. There's a couple
Okay.
couple bottles of wine.
All right.
And I'm
Wine,
really
wine
just
on a bar
guy.
cart. Come on now. Wine on a bar cart. Come on now.
Dude, listen, and then occasionally if I get like a free bottle of liquor or something, I try not to drink
Free?
a whole lot of liquor, man. Because
Why
next thing you
not?
know, this
You
thing's
live in
off,
Boston. Why not?
everything's
You
off.
need it to deal
Yeah.
with the traffic.
Yeah, no, I walk, dude.
Good.
DK is just like a couple blocks from here.
Oh,
man.
you can walk to
Wow.
work. How about that?
Yes,
Yeah, man.
dude.
That's great. So listen, we saw you at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You killed it with us on the Super Bowl. The
I miss you
brigade
guys.
loves you. Everybody really enjoyed your appearance. How are you recovering? Because we texted on Friday night after we were both zombies. You said you slept, and then you went to the Waste Management Open.
Oh,
How was
shit.
the rest of your stay in Arizona, golf, Super Bowl, and then the
Yeah.
trip back?
Okay, so yeah, Friday night, once we were done, like we were all ready to kill each other. Like
Yes.
we love each other, but I mean, come
Yeah.
on, it's like 6 days for some of the guys, like 9 days together all
Ooh.
day. Like I can't fucking do that.
No.
It was like with my wife. It's like living with
Right.
my wife.
Oh, right.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
occasionally, like real talk. Everyone out there knows this. Like
Yeah, yeah.
occasionally, I'm like, yo, I got to go to the brewery with the boys. I just need like a mental break.
Right.
So Friday night, we hung out a little bit, had a few drinks. Saturday, half the team went home. A couple of us stayed around. I did Top Golf for the first time
Oh,
that Saturday.
Mm.
Fucking awesome.
Well,
What
if you
a
like their
cool-
top, if you like their top golf, when you come to Vegas, we'll take you to ours.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Ours
and,
is
and
bonkers.
Billy, one of the guys on our team, I can't remember if you guys met him or not, has spent some time out in Vegas at that Top Golf and says it's like a spaceship. It's like its own.
Yeah, it's amazing.
planet.
Yeah.
There's
It's-
eight pools. There's
Oh.
six big screen TVs at the far end of the driving range.
All right,
So
so
you-
can you go from like a pool, like in your bathing suit, shirtless, to just ripping fucking piss missiles, like 250
Yes.
out?
100%.
Hey,
Yes.
Yes.
And they have a club in there that plays live music. So you can go watch a club,
Yeah, I
jump
haven't done
in
that
the
yet.
pool,
Yeah.
and then you can go ahead and hit golf balls.
I'm just
Yes.
gonna live at Top Golf. When I
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
Vegas.
Yep.
I was
You
gonna
can do
say,
that.
Dave, can I just crash with you?
Well, we got to check with the wife first. I mean, everybody's already trying to make reservations for Super
Right.
Bowl already, and I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
we might have to just rent out the house. Tell your mother and Pap that they're going to have to stay somewhere else, and we'll have a whole side of the house to everybody. I'm trying to get that run by. We got 355 days left to get that approved, so we'll see.
Bro, I call your couch.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
There's multiple couches.
I'm calling dibs on it.
You got multiple couches options, so
Upstairs
can't
couch
bring
is
the dogs.
comfortable.
Hell yeah, I sleep naked too, Dave.
Oh,
yes.
awesome! This is we
I
got
do.
cameras everywhere, so just be aware that you might get cut up on camera. I don't
Baby,
know.
I'm coming to Vegas and I'm gonna let it dangle. You
no.
better
Let it
prepare yourself.
Dangle.
All right. Hey,
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Sunday
Yeah.
at the Waste Management was a shit show.
Was
course.
it?
Was an absolute, and I hear Saturday out there is the time to go when you really want to party.
Yeah.
But I love golf like so much. I was kind of excited to go Sunday when it's a little more laid back,
Right.
where you can follow some of the bigger groups because so many fucking people just go to hole 16.
Yes.
Right.
You know, hole
That's it
16,
there.
which was insane. Jason Sobel, you guys know him, big golf guy,
yeah.
Action Network.
Yep.
Phenomenal dude. Got us inside the ropes on 16. So
Oh,
we were
wow.
able to follow the last two groups in. and we're just standing there. And I'm like, I can't wrap my mind around like this coliseum that I'm inside. No one gives a flying fuck about golf.
No,
They're
no,
all
no.
just there for party. There are all
Throwing
sorts of
stuff
people
on the
Yeah.
greens.
Yeah, it's like clothing optional on 16, which I was like, let's hang out here for a while.
Isn't it overwhelming? Like in person, just one,
Yeah.
how many people there are, but two, how loud it is. It's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Never. And I grew up going to golf tournaments all over the state of Florida, and there is nothing like it down there. And I totally get why, if any tournament out there looks at what TPC Scottsdale does and what the Waste Management does, is we need to do that. We need to emulate that. Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Because even Sobel was telling me some people in the back of those tents on the 3rd, 4th, 5th level on 16, he says he was in there the other day, and there were some people back in the tent, didn't pop out once to see actual golf. You stood in the back, you socialized, and you maybe occasionally looked up at the TV. But it's about getting people in there into the gates, man, if you really want to, grow the game, like they say. So,
right.
Especially if you're like a crap golf, like a small level golf tournament that doesn't get a lot of attention. It's the Waste Management in February. Like this would be an also ran PGA Tour event. Nobody would talk about it. So a way of elevating your golf tournament is to make it something that people want to go to and have
absolutely,
fun.
Matty. Make it a party. That's why they have hundreds of thousands of people there. That's why I was like, I hope next time when the two events are in the same city, because it'll probably be back in Arizona in like 5-6 years, talking the Super Bowl. It'll probably be in the same weekend again. I hope we're able to go over there and have maybe like a bigger presence, at least on like the broadcast side of things. Because DK had a sick ass setup for people who weren't even top level. Was like VIP in our tent between the 10th and 17 holes. And then the downstairs was just open to the public. Come there, buy drinks, hang out. It was phenomenal.
Well, the book's going to be done by then, right?
Dude, I think originally too, when we had plans of building that book, which is right there, right when you enter the main entrance, that I think the understanding was it was going to be done by this weekend, by Super Bowl weekend. It was just a perfect opportunity. So many fucking people in town. Imagine your entire physical book stuffed to the brim, with everybody. Right. And it would have been an absolute party. Why does I'm watching it on YouTube here on my second computer. Why does my camera look like shit? And y'all's looks so good.
It's just, don't worry about that on here. It'll look better on the video.
On TV, it corrects itself.
On TV tonight, it'll look spectacular.
Okay, because I don't want to be the reason your show looks like shit.
No,
I could be the reason your show sounds like shit, but
you look good.
Like shit.
No, it looks good. It's
on
the back end. When you're looking on the back end, that's why you'll see something differently that actually.
Okay, I was ready to apologize, but
no, you look fine. Now. You look fine.
After Super Bowl, what did you do? Like, what did you take a vacation? Because a lot of people take vacation in this space. We're working harder. What do you do?
No way. I'm putting this company on my back like JanSport, like I do every other week. Julian Edlow, piece of shit.
I was
lazy.
waiting for that.
He's done. He's done. Steve,
where's the Edlow hitting?
Steve Buchanan. Took a 2-week vacation. Everyone here still on vacation. I said, oh, now my kids are on winter break. I'm taking a vacation. Fuck that. I was miserable that night after TPC Scottsdale. Listen, I drank a little too much. I'm not going to lie.
When did you fly back? What day?
That night, dude. I took the fucking ride out. So we stayed in our DK tent. The course cleared out. You could hear a pin drop. It wasn't a party anymore.
Did you watch the game in there?
In the tent on the big screen. But here's the thing. We didn't have fucking audio for the first half. So I'm like, oh, cool. Like, look at that guy go. I bet it sounds really neat. And then this is a commercial. It looks like he just told a funny joke. Yeah. We left at halftime, went back to the hotel, watched the second half of the hotel, got on a plane that night. I'm just like, where am I, man?
Oh, you had to be a mess.
Oh,
I was landing in the frigid cold of Boston at Logan
disgusted.
at 5 a.m.
Matt, that sucks, dude. Like you're here right now, right? It's going to be 10 degrees tomorrow. And all I can think about is how we were in sunny 70-degree Arizona 2 weeks ago together. All three of us, just three guys.
I used to rethink my life every time I landed. I used to rethink my life going, why am I here?
We live in Vegas now. We live in Vegas, so we don't have
no, but whenever I fly back to Boston, like whenever I was on road trips with teams or whatnot, and we'd go back home and we'd land, and it was like bitterly cold.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have that mental thought of like,
Yeah, dude.
what's going on?
I have some like seasonal depression has become a thing
Oh,
for
yeah.
me since Meg and I moved here like 8
Amen,
years
man.
ago.
I get it because it gets dark
Yeah.
there at 4:10.
Oh,
The sun goes
fucking-
away because you're so
ugh.
far to the east. And I've often said Boston should be an Atlantic time zone because 4:10 getting dark messes with my entire
Yeah.
world. I got from December to February, I was a bastard. I was miserable for
Yeah.
those 3 months. It
Yeah,
sucks.
I'm coming out of it like a little bit just because today there's this ginormous thing in the sky known as the sun that we
Sun.
never fucking see around here.
I told you, Dave. That's the thing. Boston. Why are Boston people so pissy?
Yeah.
They never see the sun.
Yep. Yeah, and
Wow.
unfortunately, we're only on the 3rd floor. So if I jump out, I'm probably just breaking my legs, and I'll just be like miserable. You know?
Hey, Pittsburgh people have kind of been the same way for a long
Yeah.
time too, because it's dark for like
Yes, dude.
3 months. It's
Samir was telling me that today. You guys had Samir on the show.
Yeah,
We were out
yeah.
in the Super Bowl because
Yeah.
I was because he produced our show the other day, and I was like, bro, just so you know, I have some weird seasonal depression. So when you talk to me, I'm probably not going to like recognize you, or I'm not going to acknowledge you rather.
fair.
And he's like, dude, it was like that in Pittsburgh too. And I
Yeah.
said, well, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It does.
Well,
It's-
what does I mean, you live in there and everything. I do the show with this guy every day, and it's called Bostonian versus the Book, which means we talk about a lot about Boston and the Boston sports, and a big smile on his face every day. You're living there. Is it all about the Celtics and all about the Bruins and all this other
Yes.
stuff, dude? It's
Oh, my-
nonstop. It's
It,
nonstop.
yeah, it's nonstop. You know, especially like these two teams, and we discussed it a little bit when we were hanging out in the Super Bowl. These two teams just can't stop winning right now. And then unless it's like a party night or something like that with the boys, I'm not staying up super late. Like yesterday, I'm in bed at 9:30, but then I wake up this morning at like 7, and I see the incredible fucking game the Bruins had with the
Unbelievable.
Kraken last night. Like back and
Unbelievable.
forth. These guys are on this historic pace right now.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, hours before the game, they have the trade, which makes a lot of them emotional because a lot of them were pretty close to Craig Smith. And you know this, Perrault. Like, and then hours before that, it was like Marchand and other guys saying, we don't give a shit about like setting the regular
Records.
season points records. They don't care about anything because, I mean, this is similar to like a few years ago here, bro, when they had Game 7 home ice. Was that against the Blues, right?
Blues and
they
lost.
just
Yeah.
they just weren't physical enough. Now,
Right.
whatever weak areas that they
They
have,
were. They rushed it.
they like this team should win the cup. And
Yeah.
this is truly, and we've been saying it for what, 5, 6, 7 years. This core group, this is
Yeah.
like the window's closing. Drew, the window may be closed after this year.
It's it. No,
Like-
this is it. I
like
mean,
you
they all
have to
want to
do it.
walk. I mean, they didn't because Krejci coming back was a surprise. Bergeron coming back was a surprise.
Mhm.
Like you've got guys that weren't supposed to part. They weren't supposed to be this good. Like this team is not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be a transition year. That's why Jim Montgomery being the coach of this team, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Well, how did this happen? Because Cassidy, you might understand it, but with Montgomery, you're just like, he just lucked into this roster that is unbelievable right now. And he's
Yep.
tweaking things just a little bit and helping them. Their power play is the only thing that worries me, and it's still really good.
Well, same with like Missoula, right? with
Yeah, well,
the
he's throwing
Celtics,
four.
like,
My
hey,
gosh.
thanks, Ime.
Right.
It's just like
Yeah,
slides
here's a
on in.
championship team.
Yeah. I mean, he slides on in, and then next thing you know, he's made head coach, which I'm kind of shocked it like took as long as it did. Maybe the
Right.
Celtics were dealing with shit behind the scenes. Like, I have no idea. I don't have sources.
Right.
But yeah, like the Celtics, just another team that you need to see, similar to the Bruins. You've had consistently like a top 5 best team in your respective league for last handful of years. Like,
Yep.
fucking finish the job, dude.
Now, yeah.
Yes, finish the job. And now I think the question is too, if they win, Perrault, what do you think? Like, can they be considered better than, was it the 2008 team?
Celtics?
Yeah.
No, this team won't be better, but this team has a chance to win multiple.
Okay.
I mean, that team should have won 2. That team won
Yes.
1. But I don't know how many Hall of Famers. I mean, that team had 3 Hall of Famers on it. I don't know how many yet. I can't say. I mean, is Jaylen Brown a Hall of Famer? I can't say that yet.
I don't
Tatum's
know.
looking like he is a Hall of Famer. But the beauty of this team versus the 08 team is that we knew the 08 team was getting ready to get put out to pasture.
Yeah.
Those guys were on the back 9.
Okay.
These guys are on their 6th hole. Like
On
they're
the
just
come up.
starting.
Yeah, they
So,
haven't made,
like,
they haven't
they're
made
on-
the turn yet.
So so they got a lot of growth to do and a lot of growth to come in winning championships and if a 34-year-old head coach who's going to learn how to coach in the postseason and how to win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's all these different things that are going to happen in the next couple of months. I think from a Celtics perspective that we'll learn a lot to see where this team actually winds up being in the fall or in the summertime.
Yeah. I mean, Bruins still plus 300, Dave.
I'm on him.
I know he's going out buying the tickets and all this
I'm in.
stuff. I told him
I need to see
late,
the
but
trade
he's
deadline.
still
I want to see
lost,
what
but-
the Bruins were going to do to address some of the things that were worrying me.
Yeah.
And that trade, I think
They
it's a
did it.
huge deal to get a top four defenseman with some physicality. It's beautiful.
Like they have
that's
few
not 20
flaws,
second
man.
timeout.
All right, come on. Sorry.
Please. We got
I'm telling you,
Celtics talk. We got Bruins talk. Let's talk about, you talked about the sun shining, spring eternal is everything.
chickens
You
and
talk
shit,
to Carabas all the time about the
Red Sox are going to suck. Let's just make that clear. They're going to suck.
Are you
The
serious?
Red
'Cause- Okay.
They're going to suck.
Emerson,
Yes.
What you talk to the Carabas, you're talking about baseball and stuff all the time. What's the pulse of the Red Sox and stuff right from there? What is everybody saying?
Everyone around here is cautiously optimistic after an entire offseason of like shitting on this team. They play their first game. They're probably playing now against like Northeastern, first spring training game. Like that's what I've learned about this city and like these incredible like passionate fans around here. Like the off season, it's going to be doom and gloom, but like at the start, even though your expectations may be like bottom of the barrel, you come out of the gates maybe hot, and all of a sudden they start turning, like their attitudes start changing a little bit. Everyone here, what was their win total, Perrault? Like I think
this year, 78 and a half is this year.
Bro, that's a very popular bet with Carabas and a lot of our analysts taking the over.
I agree. I'm with it.
I'm
with it. But an 81 win Red Sox team sucks.
Yeah. And listen, oddsmakers are fairly smart, right? Like you guys gotta have an idea.
Sometimes don't give them too much credit, but
I'm just saying they expect a very similar result this year, and this is looked at as more of like a bridge year for the Red Sox. So 100%. anything around that 80-81 mark, sure. I maybe people around here will take it as long as you see some of the young talent like develop. See which guys whose roles can increase like this season, next season. Just hit some fucking taters, man. And you want to see Devers, send some to the moon, please, for crying out loud. Which sneaky bet, in my opinion, in my unprofessional, idiotic opinion, I think he was around plus 3,500 to be the home run leader. Rafael Devers.
Not a bad bet, actually.
It is a bad bet. It is a bad bet. It's 81 games in Fenway Park. He hasn't hit enough opposite field home runs.
Okay, there you go. That's why we have you on here. You know a lot more than me.
If Devers hits opposite field home runs all year long, like if he turns into a Mo Vaughn and David Ortiz type, okay, if he does later in his career, but he's a straight pull hitter at the moment. He pulls everything.
No more shift.
Correct.
They're not going to just pitch him inside anymore and hit into the shift. They're going to pitch him out. He's going to have to make adjustments, and he don't have a lot of the guys behind him, i.e. Xander Bogaerts and other guys to hit. He's going to have to learn to hit bad pitches. So it's not a totally bad bet, but it's not a one that's an automatic.
The top of the lineup top of the lineup for the Red Sox is full of question marks, but they're going to be an overplay for me, Emerson, like crazy. They're not going to get anybody out. They're going to give up so many runs this year. It's going to be ridiculous.
Because the rotation's still like
bad.
You don't really know what the hell's going on.
Last one for me, E, before we let you go.
Talk to me.
There's a lot of talk about Ohtani told everybody that he's done. He's going to go to free agency route.
Yes.
And it's fucking Perrault and everybody else. All these Red Sox fans are like, "Hey, Boston's great. They got the Japanese guy already this year. They're trying to already put him in a Red Sox uniform."
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah. This
no.
Danny.
I fucking want it. I'm a mile down the road from Fenway. Give me one of the best all-around baseball players in the history of the game a mile down the road from me. Absolutely. That's what I want. And you know what? Fuck it. Bring Mike Trout with him. Again, bridge year for the Red Sox here, Dave, which means next year, all in. You want to hit free
Let's
agency?
go.
You want to throw gems? You want to hit absolute freaking piss missiles and send presents to the people inside Fenway Park, the most historic venue in baseball right now on this planet? Yeah, okay. Dude,
Carrabba's
again,
is going to send you a check for piss missiles, by the way.
dude,
Right,
I'm
right.
again, people not super excited about this season. So right now, yes, Dave, there are a lot of Red Sox fans around this city who are looking ahead to what 2024 will bring. And right
Please.
now, many of them hope it brings Shohei Ohtani in a Red Sox uniform inside
Wow.
the Green Monster.
Well, I'm coming
the
this
means-
summer. We'll be at Fenway this summer. We'll hook
Yeah,
up.
no,
I'll come
I
find you.
really
I'll
do.
come find
I want to hang out with you, and especially like Perrault. Like you're in the area and shit. Like we
Oh,
need
yeah.
to
you.
hang
No,
out.
he lives here. He lives here
But wait,
in Vegas.
I thought you lived here.
No,
he lives in Vegas.
I am in Vegas,
You're the
but I
only
am
one
in
that
Boston all the time.
Fucker. So you're not
Right.
dealing with
He's
this.
not. No,
No.
we're here. It's sunny here.
No,
although
I'm
it's
in
cold.
Vegas.
You
I-
lied to me, Perrault.
No, I
You
did not.
fucking
I said
lied to me.
I am from Boston. You just assumed that the Bostonian
telling
lived
me.
in Boston. I just said I'm always there.
You said it to me at the Super Bowl 2 weeks ago. I go, Jared, you're still living around there and shit. Let's hang out. And you're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, my family's there. I'm there all the time. I'm not lying. I
Oh
come to
my
Boston all the
God.
time.
Okay.
Just don't live there.
All right.
Emerson, good stuff, my friend.
I love
Thank
you
for
guys,
coming on.
man. Yeah,
We'll do
let
it
me
again.
know whenever you want me on. Dave texted
Love
me
you,
and
bro.
said, can you come on? I said, I will fucking do anything for you guys. Y'all are the best.
You're the
Thank you,
best.
man.
Thank
Awesome.
you, sir. Emerson Lewitz, right there on the
Latzia.
Twitter.
He said
Latzia.
his name on the way out. You killed his name on the way out.
I did
Latzia.
it on
Jeez.
purpose.
Oh, okay.
Emerson just making sure he's paying
Oh,
attention.
all right. Well, that's fine. You said that you called the guy Rob today for 3 times on a meeting today.
That guy Rob was texting me. I'm trying to listen to
His
Scott.
name's on the screen. You're just calling a guy
I
Rob.
was looking down. The guy was trying to get me to do this other thing later, and I was like, "Listen, I'm busy. Stop
Oh, that was-
texting me."
That was so funny today.
Uh,
I was like, just read
Emerson's
the screen,
best, is he
Dave.
not? Oh,
He is.
God.
He's phenomenal. He's a lot of fun. We are going to go out and rip up Boston. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, I can't
All
wait.
right, time now for the Wager Wire Market Report. Every Friday we do this. This comes from a BVB Brigade member who has a question for you, one Mr. Dave Sharapan.
What do we got?
So the Big 12, obviously it's going to be a hyper-competitive Big 12 basketball tournament coming up.
Yes.
So John has a question. He said, it's a quick question. First off, big fan of the show. Loves
Yes.
what we do.
Yes.
Really excited. Oh, it's Jared. Sorry, misread. Jared. Sorry, Jared. Said,
Oh, all right. No, we're both fucked up with
sorry,
the names.
sorry.
But go ahead,
Justin
sir.
Jared. I was reading 2 different emails. Okay,
Yeah,
he said right now,
very
Texas
possible
is
now.
plus 150 and Baylor is plus 600 to win the Big 12 at DraftKings. This was 2 days ago.
Okay.
Texas is tied with KU atop the standings. Baylor is a game back. There are 4 games left, concluding with KU at Texas. Texas has to go to Baylor tomorrow. Looking at
Yeah.
all 3 teams' remaining schedules, any team could win it, and it likely comes down to the last game. So,
Okay.
with that thought, I'm thinking of taking Texas and or Baylor to win the Big 12 now,
Uh-huh.
hoping KU goes to plus money at some point, and then grabbing them. Then possibly playing off of that with what you have for the last game of the season. Here's the question.
I like to see I like to see where you're working like this. I like it.
Do you see any feasible opportunities or a scenario by playing off of these odds in this way and trying to take plus on all 3 teams to win the Big 12?
Well, no, that's a great starting position to go into that with. Now,
Okay.
Kansas is most likely on a neutral going to be favored, right, against either one of those teams,
Especially in Kansas
final.
City.
right?
In
Yes.
the Big 12, in the Big 12 tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a home
So-
game.
So you might have to put a little more on the Kansas ticket if you think they're going to lose a game. Now, the catch here is if Kansas doesn't lose a game, that you're not going to see a plus price on Kansas between now and then.
Right.
So-
So to just to give you up-to-date odds on regular season, you have Baylor plus 5,000, Texas plus 175, and Kansas minus 270. Conference
That's regular season, though.
regular, yeah. The conference tournament, FanDuel actually doesn't have the conference tournaments up at the moment. I can look at the DraftKings in a second if they've got those up. But he's hoping that we see, like, if Baylor wins on Saturday, right? And you have a Texas goes to Baylor this weekend. So if Baylor wins, beats Texas, their odds could jump up. And then we have a Kansas at Texas coming up later, or Texas beats Baylor and it really could come down to the last game of the year between Kansas and Texas for the regular season championship.
Ooh. Where's the game tomorrow? Is it at Baylor?
It's the game tomorrow is at Baylor. Yes.
Kansas small favorite, right?
No, Baylor is. We'll get to it later in the show. Baylor is
Texas at Baylor. Okay.
Yep.
Where's Kansas tomorrow?
I think they have a layup. Hold on.
Kansas is home against West Virginia, gigantic favorite. Okay.
They have a layup.
So who does he like in that game with Baylor and Texas? He likes Baylor tomorrow.
So he's thinking of taking Texas and or Baylor to win the Big 12 now.
Well, don't do that yet.
Until after.
Well, bet the team before the game tomorrow that you think is going to win that game.
Okay.
So you take Baylor, and if you're not sure, take them both because you're getting them both plus. But you know you're going to get a worse price on the team that wins that game. The team that wins that game, their odds drop. The team that loses that game, their odds go up.
Okay.
So speculative buying, if you think Baylor's going to win, buy the Baylor ticket. Don't buy the Texas ticket. If you think Texas is going to win, buy the Texas ticket and wait on the Baylor ticket. You get a better price on Sunday. And then go from there with Kansas. Kansas, you're going to have to invest more because the prices, I mean, they're going to beat West Virginia.
Yep.
You know, you need Kansas. What's Kansas's remaining games?
They have left. KU is playing for their schedule. West Virginia tomorrow at home. Texas Tech on Tuesday at home.
Okay.
At Texas.
At Texas. That's it. 3 games.
Correct. 3 games left.
Well, they're not losing those 2 home games.
Most likely not. They're 11. Texas is 11-4. Baylor 9-6. Kansas State, after their win last night, is 9-6. So you got 2 teams, 2-game lead. Baylor really is out of this, to be quite honest. It really comes down to Kansas. I was going to say,
don't buy the Baylor ticket. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's really coming down to Kansas and Texas to win the Big 12. But it does. I mean, this game tomorrow is monster because if Texas loses, they're probably out.
Of the running for the Big 12 championship.
Most likely. I mean, there'll be 1 game behind, so they'll still have a chance to play KU and get it to a tiebreaker. I don't know what the tiebreakers are, to be quite honest, in the Big 12 as to who would win. It would be head-to-head, and then I think they've only played once, right? They don't do the round robin anymore in the Big 12. So, yeah, they would play once. That stinks. I used to love that in the Missouri Valley when they had a true round robin. Everybody played home and road. It makes for such a pure conference championship when they do that. Big East had that when they started, and then they added UConn, and it messed everything up because it's UConn, and they always mess everything up. Yeah. So that screwed around with that scheduling, which is kind of unfortunate. But I prefer to have 10 teams, 9 games, 18 conference games. True round robin is perfect.
Right.
But we don't always get that, unfortunately.
No.
On that. I think it's going to be hard for Texas, but they could do it. I mean, it's not impossible, but they got to win tomorrow.
No. Again, buy the team you think is going to win tomorrow. Buy that one. Hold off on the other one.
Yeah, I'd buy Texas tomorrow. I would take plus money on Texas. You got plus 175 on Texas. I would take that, and then you can hedge off of that. In fact, I'm going to do that myself. You buy Texas plus 175, and then you can hedge off of it when they play, when it's KU versus Texas.
B2 Bar Down said KU beat Texas at KU.
Oh, they did play each other. Okay, they are playing home and home. Okay, good. So where's that? I don't see that on this.
Jim Montgomery, welcome, sir. He had a meeting ran long. We got people joining the show right now. Between 11 and 11:30, we get an influx of people. Thank you guys again for being here. Roll Call Friday, DGen 14W, Jim Montgomery, Nate S, Curtis T, Addison, we already said. Kevin Whitlock,
oh, there it is.
Already said.
Okay. 88. Yeah, right. 88-80. There it was. It was on. Okay. That was a big win for Kansas, man. Wow. Yeah. On February 6th. On the at Kansas. Now it's at Texas. So
right.
They'll have that game at home, the chance to win. And then as long as they beat Baylor tomorrow, if Texas beats Baylor tomorrow, although they got at TCU in between. Wow, they end the year at Baylor, at TCU, home for Kansas. 3 top 25 quad 1 games for
How many of those
Texas.
they win?
They got to
One or
win all
two?
3. Well, they got to win all
Texas has
3.
to win all 3 to win the championship, to win the
Yeah.
regular. Yeah, they're not winning all 3.
Yeah, they got to win
Absolutely
all
not winning all 3 of those. That might be a bet against parlay. Roll over, roll over, roll over.
3. What do you mean bet against?
Bet Baylor tomorrow.
Okay.
If it wins, take the winnings and roll it over to the game at TCU. Bet TCU. And then take that if it wins and roll it over and bet Kansas. 3-game against Texas parlay. That's a tough stretch.
Interesting. It is a tough stretch.
And I
It's a
like
very-
Texas. But
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
WagerWire empowers you to take control of your action and view your bets as a portfolio of assets that can be bought and sold at any time. Bettors will soon be able to trade their bets through WagerWire's mobile app and within their partner sportsbook apps via an integrated technology solution. You can jump in and out of futures all season, cash in on parlays before they bust, and trade game lines up to the buzzer. Seamlessly sync your favorite sports books to track real-time value of your bets, stack rewards, and play with celebrities and your friends. Interested viewers of BVB should join one of the fastest growing communities in sports betting at WagerWire on Twitter, one word. Visit wagerwire.com and enter your email for updates and early access to the app when it launches coming up soon. Okay. Good college basketball run coming up this weekend. A lot of games to get into, a lot of fun games to get into. But before we do that, quickly, let's run through the NBA slate for tonight.
Yep.
Suns are laying 6.5 against the Thunder without Kevin Durant.
Took all
You
the
would all
Clippers stuff
interested
off.
in Phoenix.
Thunder won last night, right?
Yeah, outright. I know they covered.
They won outright, I believe. Yes and no. This will be an in-game.
Yes and no. Okay, let's bet yes and no.
This is one of those ones that, wow, the line is 8.5 now. What the hell just happened in that game?
8.5,
How do they know just to move the number right when we address the game? It's 8.5 at DraftKings right now. 8 everywhere else. There's only one.
They lost by
7
one.
left.
They lost.
Wow.
That was
okay.
They lost by 1 last night. That's right. That collapsed. They're 1 point. They pushed.
Thunder lost the game.
Yeah, they're 1 point dogs. They lost by
Right.
1 to Utah.
Wow.
That was that last second play.
Okay. Yeah. Huh.
So if you bet it at 1.5, you covered.
Right. Yeah, it would only be Suns here in that situation, but over 229. Over. Yeah.
How about Warriors at home tonight?
Good luck.
Laying 10.5 to the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, that's a pass for me. You like something in that game? No.
Just looked at it. I was like 10.5.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they
No.
just lost by 13 to the Lakers and 10 to the Clippers.
Oh, no SGA for the Thunder. Hello. That's where the move is. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Makes perfect sense. Thank you, SoCal DGen, for that little tidbit. That's the move. There's always something when something like that happens, right?
It pops
Put
for a
out
point and a half,
him,
sure.
put them out. Yep.
Golden State is 17-11-1 ATS. Rockets are 10-20 ATS on the road.
Hmm.
God, Golden State's 3-7 over the last 10 ATS. Yuck.
By the way, I went to Duncan today.
Oh.
Duncan.
Of course. We're
Little
going to
Dunkin',
make you
yeah.
into a Bostonian yet. Cold
Yeah,
weather.
yeah.
Cold weather, Bostonian cold drink in going to Duncan. Dropping your R soon, boy. Look out.
Stop the bullshit. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. But yeah,
Talk about Kaz and Pox and
I'll say it just for fun. But yeah, I won't do that, please. Although, I mean, now we got a guy who lives a mile away from Fenway. He's right down the street.
I'm going to have some fun with
DK.
Emerson. Him and I are going to rip up
God.
the back bay. That's going to be fun. I got some drinking, some watering holes in the back bay that I like.
Oh, God.
Yeah, let's go. Cool places.
No
down there.
interest in this game.
None. Kings are catching 7 to the Clippers. Isn't this heavy?
I had the Clippers hat on. I had the Clippers jacket on. I went out of order. I should have started with the hockey and then put on the Clippers stuff.
I see.
But I went the hockey with the Kings later. That's my better to book it to you. I kind of asked you about the Kings game. And I had to model the white It could be Kings. It could be Lakers. It could be LSU.
Yeah, I think that's
Purple
you.
and gold model. Clippers tonight. Yes. Clippers has to be.
Wow.
No?
You want to lay it?
Yeah. Like the beam at home. Lit the beam and lit Portland up last night. They go to LA tonight and lose.
Sacktown is 16-12 ATS on the road, 13-15 Clippers.
Yeah.
Clippers under at home. They're 6-22 to the under, to the over at home. They're 22-6 to the over. Sacramento is 19-9. This is the play that I might add. I have not bet it yet. I wanted to hear
Sacramento?
I wanted to hear your take on this. Clippers Kings under 238.
I don't, not crazy about that. Sacramento don't play too many games under.
Did you? Yes, they do. They're 19-9 to the under on the road.
Yeah, but second game of a back-to-back?
Clippers are 22-6 to the under at home. These are stupid numbers. Like these two teams playing, this should be an under game.
This is the Clippers' first game from the break, right? Did they play on Thursday? I don't think they did.
They played the Suns.
Oh.
Nope, this is their first game on the break. Nope, this is their first game. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Even more why I like the under.
Yeah.
Fresh legs.
Thinking over. I am. But, I mean, it could go under. What is this PSN Ghost Gone Ghost You? Love this show. Live in Hawaii. We have another Hawaii guy? This
Beautiful.
is great. Welcome.
Beautiful.
Sir.
Beautiful. All right, one more NBA game. Bucks laying 1.5. No Giannis against the Heat.
Is Giannis out?
Of course he's out.
Well, you wouldn't know it from the from all the previews.
Giannis is playing in this game tonight. Where have I been if he's playing in this game?
I don't know. I read the.
And why is it 1.5 if he's playing in this game?
Right?
Like, wait, what?
This purple matches the King's purple. This is a Bucks hat. I picked this up. Nobody wanted this one. They're giving this one away
For good reason.
Yeah, the Bucks.
It's a purple Bucks hat.
Yeah, it's
Who wants
a
a
nice
purple
emblem,
Bucks hat?
though. It's a nice emblem. Yeah, I got to
Fear
gear
the
up.
deer.
I'm looking for the Bucks stuff right now. I guess getting ready for the Eastern Conference Finals to oppose all of your Green Celtics stuff that's coming.
Okay, well, I guess he's listed as day to day, so maybe he is playing. Why is it 1.5 if he is playing? They're 24-5 at home straight up.
He's technically questionable, but it says he's doubtful to play tonight.
Yeah, he's not playing tonight.
Okay.
There's no way he's playing tonight.
Damn, son. I mean, these AI-related article writers have him, Giannis is leading the Bucks against the Heat. He's not playing. Do the Heat end up the favorite this game?
It looks that way. The move's coming on Miami.
Right? I don't know. It can't be this easy to bet the Bucks. Has to be.
No. If Giannis plays, this number spikes to 6.
Correct. Under.
This number, if Giannis plays, but he's not going to play, I don't think.
Look at this. Landon Higa and PSN Ghost Gone Ghost You, our Hawaiian brothers,
right?
Hooking up in the chat right now. This is
Beautiful
fantastic.
thing.
Bringing people
Phenomenal.
together, the BVB.
It's great. Great college basketball slate this weekend.
Today.
Let's roll through. No, forget today. Fuck today. Today's dead. I have nothing to today. There's nothing today that we're talking about. No one cares. No one's betting it. No, there's no interest. Tomorrow,
Okay.
Baylor hosting Texas.
Yep.
-2.5. Who are you taking?
Oh, God. You got to be Baylor in that spot for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, got to be Baylor in that spot.
To cover.
It's only 2.
You're right. 2.5, 3, depending on where you're looking at.
Right? I don't know.
Texas stinks on the road. ATS.
That's
FYI.
what I'm saying, right? It's Baylor.
3-8.
Yeah.
9-6 at home. Baylor. I lean Texas. Backs against the wall.
Mr. C, Mr. Covey, now we have more people in the brigade from Hawaii than South Carolina. Thank you, sir. Mr. C is in South Carolina. We got to get more South Carolina people. They'll like this show.
Oh, they will.
Yeah.
St. Mary's at Gonzaga.
Big game.
Game for the West Coast Championship. Regular season championship to be decided.
We're going to see this game again, are we not? Right here
in Vegas, of course.
Here in Vegas, we're
Every year.
100%
Yeah.
we're going to see this game again. Home team wins, right? Home team wins this one?
St. Mary's, I watched the second half of that St. Mary's game against Gonzaga. They couldn't miss. They were unbelievable in that game. They won it by 8, running away. Last game out for Gonzaga, they beat San Diego by 25. They beat Loyola Marymount by 43. Pepperdine by 9. BYU by 7, San Francisco by 18 since that loss to St. Mary's. 5-0, big wins on all of them.
What they put on them last night? What they finish with? What was their winning score? Gonzaga.
They won by 20. Gonzaga won by 25 points.
How many points they put up?
They put up 97
over the team total again.
They've scored 97, 108, 88, and 99 since they lost to St. Mary's when they scored 70
every
points.
game. You've made that team total yesterday was 91.5. And
they're
it went
pissed
over.
Off.
Can't make the number
not,
right. Yeah.
They're not happy.
Yeah.
Zags team total over tomorrow.
There you go.
Like it.
Yep.
I like it. Indiana's at Purdue. Purdue is laying 7.5 points here. This feels way too heavy for me.
If you guys are in the chat right now watching, we need the winner of the Gonzaga St. Mary's game. Light it up right now. You can put
who wins Gonzaga?
Yeah, Gonzaga or St. Mary's. Just straight up winner.
Yeah, Gonzaga.
I don't know. There's a lot of people in the chat rolling right now that said St. Mary's can win that game.
They could, but they won't. They split the rubber. It's perfect how they always do it. Split it 1-1, and then they come here to Vegas and they meet in the final. And that's the game to go to, by the way, for here is the West Coast Conference final here. Oh, there we go. Andy O's from South Carolina.
From South Carolina. That a boy.
So ends that.
Zags. Oh, there's one St. Mary. Curtis T. Oh boy. Bulldogs. Akbar. Always got to be complicated, Akbar. Gonzaga or St. Mary's, he puts Bulldogs. That's okay. Could have put Gales. Do you think this is a big game? Indiana Purdue?
Oh yeah.
Outside of the realm of the state of Indiana.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's wondering, is Purdue for real?
At home,
I mean, Purdue.
are.
No, they're not. They're 6-7-1 ATS.
Yes, they win the games though.
Okay, but that's why it's too heavy. 7.5, 8 points. Give me Indiana. They stink on the road though. They're 3-9-1
That's
ATS
what I'm saying. Like what to pick the winner of the game? It's Purdue.
They lost by 5 3 weeks ago to Indiana in Bloomington.
They're winning this game.
Purdue, I agree, by 3. Like last night. Northwestern was 6-point dogs, way too heavy. Lost by 4.
They blew that game. They should have won that game.
They did blow the game. They totally blew that game. That was bad. Great come from behind victory by Underwood's team.
Purdue's going to light up Indiana tomorrow, I think.
I disagree. I don't think they're going to light them up. I can't. One place I want to go to a game. I've never gone to a game in Champaign. I've never gone to an Illinois basketball game. I want to go watch the Orange Crush in person.
Really?
Tough place to play, man.
You ever been to Indiana?
No. Most Big Ten basketball. I have not been to many Big Ten basketball venues. I've been to Carver Hawkeye. I've been to Butler, but that's not Big Ten. That's Big East.
Right.
What other Big Ten schools have I been to? I think that's it for basketball. I've been to other Big Ten football schools, but I haven't been to Big Ten basketball besides Carver Hawkeye.
Yeah. I want to go to Indiana. I want to go to both of these schools, Indiana and Purdue, watch game. I think Purdue lights them up.
Lights them up.
Lights them up by 10 points or more. Double-digit win.
Chris Covey agrees with you. He says Purdue by 10.
Attaboy, that's our big man. That's our brigade big man, Mr. C. 6'5". Check in.
Wow. Arkansas at Alabama. Tide laying 7.5 with monster controversy around this game.
I'm impressed. Are you making numbers? Where are you getting these numbers? These are KenPom numbers.
These are offshore numbers.
Very good. Okay. These are
These
pretty
are
close.
first.
These are good.
Yeah.
Somebody's taking bets on these numbers, obviously, because
Yes.
they're actually pretty good. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ba, 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 ba. This cloud of uncertainty still hanging over Bama, is it not? Like, this isn't
Oh my
going
God.
away.
No, it's getting louder. I mean, you got Dick Vitale, who was tweeting out multiple times that Brandon Miller needs to be sat down, that Howe is bringing a gun that gets used in a crime, not a violation of team rules. Like, how are you? He scored 41 points
He lit
in the
him
game
up.
against South Carolina. He scored almost every point in overtime for Alabama in that overtime period.
Which they were 17-point favorites and barely won. Had to
Barely
win in
won.
overtime. I don't know. Again, we talked about it the day they played South Carolina. There's a lot of scrutiny that seemed like a dog play. Same thing applies here.
Really?
Yeah. What?
I don't know.
You want to lay it?
Yeah.
Okay. Man.
Alabama circles the wagons as well as anybody at home. They protect their own. This will be, this is Alabama fans. I think the move will come on the dog. I think you'll probably be able to get, maybe you might be able to get 6.5 potentially, but Alabama at home is 9-4 ATS. And at home, Alabama has now won by Georgia over 49, Auburn by 8. Georgia by 49, Florida by 28, Vanderbilt by 57, Mississippi State by 3, LSU by 40.
Bad teams destroying good teams' competitive games. I think Arkansas is closer to being better than worse. I don't know.
6-7 ATS on the road. They've covered their last 2 games, both home games, beating Florida and Georgia by 32 and 19. On the road, lost by 6 to A&M in their last game. They beat South Carolina by 2 on the road, much like Alabama did, beating them by 2 on the road.
Addison's going to come pick us up at the airport if we go to Hoosier Land.
Let's do it.
You just said we got a ride, so we got ground transportation covered. That's good. D. Weezy's from North Carolina. Anyone else from North Carolina, show yourself in the chat. He thinks he's the only one. We got to have another North Carolina person in there.
Absolutely. I like Bama. You like Arkansas. Yep. And then finally, the game of the weekend. Drake at Bradley. No line for this game at the moment. Couldn't find the line anywhere on this game yet.
Game of the weekend.
Game of the weekend.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
This game is on. This game is so good. All right, for those of you who don't know, 24-6 Drake. 22-8 Bradley.
Oh God.
Both teams are 15-4 in conference. Drake has won 10 straight. Bradley's won 9 straight.
It's a good game then. You're right.
Bradley is 14-1 at home straight up.
Okay.
Drake is 10-5 straight up on the road.
Damn, son.
Against the number, Bradley is 12-2 ATS. Okay. Drake's a little worse, 6-8-1 on the road, but they're 7-3 over their last 10 and 5-0 over their last 5. This number, my guess, is going to be Bradley -2.
I was going to say 2.5. Very good.
Yep, that's my line. They played.
What's Ken Palm having?
2.
Okay.
They played one time before already this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
At Drake. Drake won by 25 points. Beat the dog crap out of Bradley. Game is for the Missouri Valley Conference regular season championship.
I'm really surprised you didn't say the game of the week was like VMI at Western Carolina.
Because I don't care about VMI. I care about Drake and Bradley.
NC Greensboro against East Tennessee State. There's so many games.
This game is way better. This game is way better.
The Valley is back, says Whitrock.
This is an unbelievable game. And look, D-Rock, Darren DeVries, his son is the best player on the team. It's wild. It's like everything coming together again with Coach McDermott and Creighton when he had Doug McDermott, when he was in the Valley. It's unbelievable.
Okay.
Arch Madness is going to be a lot of fun.
Who wins?
Bradley.
Why does that hurt so much to say?
Because I like Drake. I like Drake. I just think the Braves at home, this building's going to be rocking. It's going to be a really hard place to play.
Stevie Max in the chat. Stevie
What's
Mac's
up?
been MIA. Dude's working all the time and doing all this other stuff. He finally came in the chat. Stevie Mac, I miss you, brother. This is good to see him. He said he hates the Drake.
He hates Drake.
I don't. He
What do
hates
you hate
the
Drake
Drake.
for?
Love the
What
Drake.
Drake?
Who knows? What did Drake do to him?
I mean,
I
Drake
don't
the
know.
artist is a a thing, but Drake the team. Come on now.
No,
What
it's
did Drake
it's
ever do
a
to you?
Man.
it's a Seinfeld quote.
Oh,
Hate the Drake.
Yeah, I assume that's what he's referencing, but that's what it made me. think.
Probably. He's very witty like that all the time. He's always
all right,
he's
yeah.
he's having a lot of conversations in his head and then just says something, and he's the only one that knows what he's saying in there. My wife does the same thing, Stevie Mac. I love you, man. But you gotta give us the background of what's going on in there before you say hate the Drake.
Amen.
Because we're talking about Drake, and now you mean you're gonna tell people to bet Bradley. So all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
I like
Capital M,
I
capital K, Stevie Mac.
like
You're
Bradley.
right, Sonic. Thank you.
One more before we get to better to book it.
Mhm.
I pulled this for you because I thought you'd like this. We mentioned
sir.
AJ McCarron yesterday on the show. I'm a big fan of AJ McCarron. He's a current quarterback of the St. Louis team for the in the XFL. They've had 2 crazy come from behind wins.
Yep.
After the game yesterday, AJ
Mhm.
McCarron talked about why he signed with the XFL instead of signing as a backup quarterback and holding a clipboard in the in an NFL team.
Uh-huh.
And he said, my 6-year-old, he's got 2 boys.
Yep.
My 6-year-old loves watching tape of me on YouTube. That's a big reason why I chose to return this way. I probably could have tried to come back with an NFL team and had a chance to probably make bigger money, but no one knows what the future holds. I'm enjoying this, and it's a great way to create some memories for me and my boys. Choosing to play in the XFL just so his kids can watch him play.
I can't begin to tell you, 1, how cool that is, but 2, how much I get it. Because when the kids were little, the highlight of their week was coming to my hockey games. It was so much fun, and I used to go to the glass and just touch the glass. I would shoot a
Right.
puck at them and all this stuff, and they thought it was the coolest thing in the world that their dad was out there playing hockey. Then they would come in a locker room before the game or after the game. I totally get it. I love it. Fuck it. Go play. Because, I mean, how much more money is it? I don't know, but you
No,
can't
they're
get
good.
this
Him and
time
his
back.
wife crushes it on social media. She makes tons of money. Not as much as Giselle and Brady, but his wife makes tons of money. He couldn't be the nicer guy. I mean, AJ McCarron, he came here. I still have his phone. I don't know if it's active or not, but I have his phone number in my phone.
Right.
He sat and talked to me after the interview because he knew I was in Alabama for a long time. So we compared people that we knew and just talked about stories. And like, I couldn't be a bigger fan of AJ McCarron, and I've always wanted him to stick with the NFL team. But then seeing this yesterday, I was like, you know what? That's awesome. To go, you know what? I got money. I'm good. The time I don't have, and to show my boys
That's it.
that I played football at a really high level, they can remember it. I'm playing football. I don't care. In the XFL, I'm playing, and they're 2-0 with 2 huge come from behind victories for St. Louis.
Who knows? This could propel to a different job. Like, right? Like, we don't
Yeah.
know what's going on with life and what the path is, right? We say it on the show all the time. I taught those kids tell me, I say it every day now. BVB, always forward, never straight. Just that's life. Listen, I'm going to go play in the XFL. Why? Because I want my kids to watch me play. That's what you're saying now. You don't know
Yeah.
what that means in 6 months to a year. Fuck it, man. You can't get the time back. Go play, AJ. Now, I was rooting for St. Louis before. I'm all in now. Let's go. Let's go. What are they? The Hawks? The
Battlehawks, right?
Battle Hawks.
St. Louis Battlehawks.
Battle Hawks, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'm psyched to watch that. All right, time for Better to Book It.
Yep.
Short one today on Better to Book It. Not many to give you. First period under Winnipeg, Colorado at plus 105.
Game under or first period under?
First period under
Ooh,
on this.
I don't like this.
Oh,
I think I'll book this. I like the game under, but this is 1-1 after 1.
okay.
Worried
problem-
about this one.
Problem you have with that is the numbers are very much against you.
Okay.
Both
That's
teams
okay.
are 3-7 over their last 10 games to a first period under. Sorry, first period over.
So 7-3 to the under. Why
Yep,
do you always
Winnipeg.
confuse
Sorry,
everybody with this?
8-2. Winnipeg is 8-2 to the under
To the
over
under.
their last 10 games,
Okay.
41% of the time. Colorado is 7-3 to the under, 47% of the time going over.
Okay.
Number 2 and number 6 worst.
Auto
Over.
says bet it.
Yep,
I'm going to book it.
because it's his numbers.
Oh, there
So
you go.
it's
Follow
it's
him
his
at
num-
PSU Auto to get
It's
the
his numbers that would
Right.
dictate to a first period under between
That's
Winnipeg and
very good.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Game is 5.5. Do like the under in the game too. More on that in a second.
Uh-huh.
Second bet, we're going back to the well. 19-3, even though it didn't hit yesterday. Wild. It's now plus 130 in Vegas. It was plus 105 last night.
Holy what?
Yep. Circa Sports plus 130 on this. Under 1.5 goals. First period. Wild Toronto.
Over. I'll book this one too. You like under?
Oh, yeah.
Do we get the backup for Minnesota playing?
No, it's Gustafson.
We sure?
I mean, as far as everything I saw, it was confirmed last night that he was playing. They said it in the post-game press conference.
No, that's at least gives us a shot. I mean, at plus 130, it's not a bad bet, but Toronto just I don't know.
It's okay. Soroka they've got Samsonov's in net. Yeah, Gustafson's confirmed.
Okay.
Samsonov in net.
Okay.
And Samsonov's
Yeah.
he hasn't been bad. He's had a couple
No.
of games where he's given up a bunch, but he's also given a couple of games where he hasn't given up a bunch.
Right.
Second period, by the way, for the Wild and Toronto, if this game goes under in the first period,
Over automatic
unload on the second player.
Automatic bet.
8-2 Toronto over 1.5 goals, and 8-3 Minnesota over 1.5 goals. You may want to bet it pre-flop to get 1.5 and not 2.5, because the books probably will put it. If it's 1-0, the book's going to put it to 2.5.
2.5. Yep.
In the third period. So if you can find it
Second
pre-flop,
period.
it's not a
Second
bad
period.
bet.
Second period.
Right.
You said third period.
No.
Second
So
period.
sorry. Yeah, third period.
Yeah,
So second period go over. Third period over too, but so second period you can go over 1.5 goals for Toronto and Minnesota and feel pretty good about doing
Live over for the game too. That'll go down. If it's 1-0, if that first period goes under, the live total, because it's 6 right now, will probably
Right.
go to 4.5, maybe 3.5 with super juice over. Worth a shot.
Like it. Parlays at plus 650.
Okay. The Friday parlay, don't do a parlay.
Correct.
Love it.
Winnipeg, Colorado, under 5.5.
Good. I like that.
Minnesota, Toronto, under 6.
Okay, we can live with that.
Montreal, Philadelphia, under 6.5.
Whew.
Plus 700.
I feel like you're gambling a little with the minute Montreal, Philadelphia.
I'm
under.
gambling on all of it, technically, but yes, I'm
I
gambling.
mean, technically, officially, yes, but like
So
this
here are
one-
your numbers. The numbers are this. Winnipeg is 19-6-3 at home to the under.
that's good.
Colorado is 27-1 on the road to the under.
20-7-1.
Correct.
Okay, you said
Minnesota.
27-1, but like
27-1.
like
20
27-1.
27.
20-7-1. Okay.
Correct. 20 wins. Minnesota is 13-11-2 to the under on the road.
Okay.
Toronto is 18-13-1 at home to the under.
Oh, good. Okay.
Philly is technically an over team, but barely at home. 14-13-1 to the over
Mm-hmm.
at home.
Mm-hmm.
But Montreal is 18-9-1 on the road to the under.
Wow.
Give me a 4-1 win for Philadelphia. 4-2 win for Philadelphia. Under 6.5.
This has a legitimate shot. This could
I know, I
start
bet a
the
half unit
weekend
on it.
off right. This has a legitimate shot.
I like this parlay. a
2
lot.
out
Yeah,
of 3 for sure. I think this goes 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Has a
With a
very good
chance.
shot of hitting 3 out of 3.
And what may happen is Winnipeg, Colorado under, Montreal, and Philly under, push Minnesota.
Ooh, with the
So
6 flat number. Yes.
So you go
You
2-0
get paid
and
as a
1.
2-leg parlay.
You
Okay.
get a 4 to
pushes.
1.
Yeah.
You get a 4 to 1 return on it versus a 3 to 1 return on it, or 6 to 1 return, 7 to 1 return on it.
Connor Winsky says he has a Glenn Robinson jersey that matches my hat. How does he have one of those? Wow. This is
Glenn
not a
Robinson.
usual Bucks uniform.
It is not.
No.
Favorite thing about today is what?
So, 2 things. We had our call this morning. I had another show. I did a show with Moose and Corey Parsons and stuff this
Oh,
morning, and we talked
how's
about
he
the
doing?
show.
I'll talk to Corey. You need to get Corey on.
He's good. He's yeah. This is we're
love
all
Corey.
working next week.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we're going to try to get the New York guys on.
Good.
Moose and Irizarry and Corey. But anyhow, I wore the BVB lid. They love the BVB lid. Some people got some BVB lid stuff.
Yes, they did.
And send
You
us
want to play your
videos.
video? Do you want to play the video?
Can we hit the video?
Fair.
Matt Farah, can we hit that? If
Yeah,
cue
man,
it
let's
up,
do it. You want now? Let's do it.
hit it up. Yeah,
This
cue
is
it
a
up.
different Matt. This is not me, Matt.
This
This
is
is
another
Sports Grid Matt.
producer, Matt. Which is everyone coming in my life. I got more Matts. I hit MAT in my phone just to get one of you. I have
Yeah.
at least 15 of you. Everybody has a nickname. But
Welcome
this
to
is
high school.
producer Matt.
$85 on eBay. Couldn't find it anywhere else. But you know what? Who cares? Because nobody knows shit. I might know something or two because I was able to
He
find
does?
this hat, and this is hard to find.
Oh.
But nobody knows
Oh.
shit. And
alright.
wait,
What happened here?
so just in. So, what do you have for me? You have another hat? There's another hat. Huh? There's another hat in the rotation.
Watch this.
Look at this. It's the BVB
good hat.
hat. Mets
a good hat.
Matt
Looks good.
edition. Courtesy of
Matt, wow.
Sportsbook Consigliere, Dave Sharapan.
My man.
You're the best, my friend. I love you. Thank you for sending this beauty. I'm wearing it today. The Mets are starting an inter-squad game today,
Oh,
live on SNY YouTube channel and stuff. I'm going to be
nice.
checking it out, but I'm going to be wearing this beauty. And appreciate the heartfelt note you sent me. You're one of the best friends I've ever had.
Oh,
I love this hat.
nice guy. There you
So-
go, Sports Grid Matt.
he produces the shows on Sports Grid with
Right.
Morency and Cam. And I talked to this kid. He's in my ear 2 hours a day.
Right.
And so, and we text every day, and he's a huge baseball fan. And the thing that him and his dad share together is baseball.
Nice.
So that's what his thing is. He's a diehard Mets fan, and he got back into the Mets last year watching, Tommy Trumpet, whatever the trumpet.
Timmy
thing.
Trumpet, yeah.
It got him excited about the Mets
course.
games again. He attended like 5 to 10 games again.
Nice.
He's looking at odds now, starting to get into this whole thing. He watches the show. Sometimes he pops in the chat. I just wanted to recognize him. But while I was out, I had to go to Dunkin' because the line, what's the over under for number of cars when you pull up to a drive through where you look at it and you go, fuck it, I don't need it that bad?
Three.
Like, 3. Excellent number. There was 10 cars.
See
When
ya.
I turned the corner, I was like, well, guess what, Starbucks? I got a cup with water that says Starbucks, but I ain't getting
I'm
it
good.
today.
Yeah, I'm
So I
good.
went down to Dunkin', and I got the big strawberry thing, whatever, dragon fruit. I don't even know what it is. And then I got a
Okay.
cold iced latte, vanilla latte. Anyhow, I'm listening to DJ Thump, getting ready for the
God.
show and all these other things. I love that DJ Thump guy.
This guy needs to start. You need to start getting paid by this guy.
I'm getting on there one way or the other. He's coming on here. I'm getting on his show.
my.
Either way, the total came to something, and I told the girl, leave the change, keep the change. She's like, are you sure nobody does that? And I'm like, it's my pleasure. Keep the change. It wasn't much, but it was a couple
Was
dollars.
it over $1?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
then
it
yeah,
was-
no one does that. Yes. I don't
Nobody
even-
does that. Yeah. It
yeah,
was,
over,
the
if it's over
ones-
$1, then yeah.
Yeah, it
Change,
was-
all the time. I hate change. I give change all the time. Here you go.
It
Keep
was $3 in coin.
Wow. Oh God. In coins?
It was $3 bills and
Oh.
some like
Oh, okay.
18 cents.
That's someone just give me $3 in change. It's like, what the hell?
No, I gave her 20 and told her to keep the
Yeah.
change. It was 16 something, and she kept the change.
Nice.
It lit her up with a smile that was like, wow. Like she was so happy, and just
That's
it
great.
changed her whole demeanor. And I thought, why don't we do this shit more often? Right?
Amen to that.
Like, why don't we just do little things like that more often?
Pay it forward.
Favorite thing about today was that. And the last thing was something I heard DJ Thump say. The only job you start at the top is digging a hole. And I said, boy, that's pretty prophetic right there. In between great music and all this other stuff, the only job you start at the top is digging a hole. Have a good day. Favorite thing.
No
about
way
that.
he said that first. I need to know where that came from. It's a
I
good
don't know
line.
where that came from,
It's a
but
good
I know I
line.
was driving and I said,
DJ
I'm
Thump, I might-
saying that on a show today.
It's a
You
good
gotta work
line.
your way to the top. You don't start at the top. You go down.
Oh no, I love that. The only job you start at is I love that. Is at digging a hole. Huh,
Yep.
Interesting. I like
Good
that a
stuff.
lot. Okay, so my favorite thing about today.
Oh boy.
Do your kids like advent calendars?
What?
Do your kids like advent calendars?
Advent?
Advent.
Advent. I don't even know
A
what
countdown
that is.
to you don't know an advent calendar is? What, really? When you
I don't
count
know
down
it's
to
called
Christmas?
by that. What is it?
When you count down to Christmas, when you open each little door, do you get a candy every time you open the door, count down to Christmas? December 1st? You guys don't do this?
Maybe we
Really?
do. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, everyone on the East Coast does this. This is a
No.
very East Coast thing. Advent calendars are a very big deal. So advent calendars start on the day, one day out, and it counts all the way down to whenever it's going to be, whatever, Christmas, right? So it's
Okay.
December 1st to December 25th.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
This is Madeline's favorite thing in the world to do.
Okay.
She loves advent calendars. She loves countdowns. She loves counting down to numbers.
Yep.
Today is 30 days out from Taylor Swift.
Oh God.
So I am starting an
Oh,
advent
boy.
calendar for Madeline starting today.
Yeah.
30-day countdown starting today. First thing she said pops open. Eyes popped open this morning. She goes, day one. I was like, yep. After school, you come back after you do your homework. No homework on Fridays, but when after school is over,
Right.
then I will give you one. It's small stuff. It's nothing big. I took all of my Amazon points that I had for my American Express, and I went to Amazon. I just spent all the Amazon points on just small knickknack, stupid, dumb things. $5 necklaces and $6, just dumb Yahtzee stuff that she'll never wear, but she just wants to open it.
Uh-huh.
So today she'll come home from school, and we will start the advent calendar countdown, and we are 30 days away from Taylor Swift here in Las Vegas, which will be very fun. So I'm very excited. Second favorite thing today is that you guys have doubled up on the Madeline's fundraiser. She's the #1 student at her elementary school.
Unbelievable.
Double from what you guys have done with the fundraiser. So anyone who's donated, I mean, Auntie with $250, you're kidding me, dude? Thank you, man. That's
amazing.
Amazing. So thankful. She's literally going to school every day like she owns the place. Like her self-confidence could not be higher right now because her classroom is #1 in the whole school because of Maddie. So she's #1 individual, and the classroom's #1. So the teacher gets to see her name, Mrs. Laws. Mrs. Laws is at the top of the chart. And I guess Madeline told me they have a digital, one of their computers has a transcribed, it's up on the board for the countdown.
So they can see it.
So they can see it as to how it's everybody in every classroom. You can see it. So Miss Laws, Madeline P is #1, and Miss Laws's class is #1. So it's a big, huge, ego boost for the classroom. And so everybody's pounding their chest and everyone's getting all excited. So it's, will she stay there? I don't know. But just for a couple of days, it's been a cool thing for Maddie to see that. So I'm extremely thankful you guys in the brigade. She's already planning how she's going to do a whole video thanking all of you. And she can't wait to thank you individually and say thank you for what's going on. So
that's fantastic.
I thank you for sure. It's very, very cool stuff.
Speaking of advent calendars, it's about 24 hours, 28 hours actually, until tomorrow night when the Celtics go to Philadelphia.
Yeah,
and I just wanted to
the
remind
Sixers.
everybody that the Sixers are home dogs tomorrow. If you guys need an early start on a play, we'll be talking about this shit on Monday, but the Sixers are going to beat your Celtics on Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Embiid can't play against Horford, right?
I don't know if Horford's playing. Is Horford playing?
I believe he is. Yeah.
Okay.
So
right.
you're gonna have a little tough time with
Okay.
that. So I'll pencil in Jay for 30, maybe 35.
I'll pencil in the W. You can have all the points. I'll take the dub.
Yeah. Fat Boy Harden's gonna need to run a little bit in order for him to actually get.
Hey, he looked pretty good after the break.
Yeah.
He was doing okay yesterday. You see
Yeah,
that play at the end? He tipped it to Embiid.
Yeah.
Call from Harden. Harden.
I'm okay.
Embiid.
D and C parlay. D's and C's parlay.
Ain't winning on Saturday, son.
Celtics winning. Bruins winning. Vancouver. This is, for Marchand, whenever he goes up there in Bergeron, this is 2011. This is where they won the cup.
Did you see Marchand kick that guy in the skate yesterday in the third period? Knock him
Does all
down.
the time. Yeah.
That's some bullshit.
Sure. If he was on your team, you'd love him.
I love Marchand anyway. I kind of played like that a little bit myself. I like to start a pot, and then I had some guys around me to go kind of clean it up.
Yeah. So
God.
Have a phenomenal weekend, everybody. Sports Grid, thank you for watching. Great stuff. We're back on a Monday to recap it all. Farrah, Dave, Matt, talk